Hello, my name is Stephen Sherwood. This is my home. I've lived here over 15 years. My wife and I had horses and chickens, and this was home. My wife passed away about a year and a half ago. Was just getting used to being here by myself. It was a beautiful place, and I really miss it, especially this front porch. We spent many hours there. Got a lot of memories, a lot of holidays. The day that the flood came out, was on the back here watching the water rise, and it came up way past 10 feet, which is as high as I ever saw it.
Now that's the river right there.
Yes. And I watched it and it kept on coming up, but I never ever thought that it was going to come over the bank. And it was before 12 o'clock. I decided I'm going to go inside and sit on the couch for a minute. I'm tired of sitting there staring at this river and watching all these trees go floating by. So I came in, I sat down, and I wasn't on the couch for more than 15 minutes. And my doorbell rang, which I very rarely have visitors, but I got good neighbors next door. And one of them came over and rang my doorbell, and I went to the door, and the girl said, "You got to get out. You got to get out of your house. Your house is surrounded by water." And I couldn't believe it. And I looked out, and the water was rushing on both sides of my house. And so when I saw the water rushing, I thought, well, what do I get? What do I take? I threw a couple things on some tables, and I had two trucks. One was pointing in this direction, and the other one was pointing in that direction, and they were both older trucks. And so I said, well, I'm going to have to take my Ford, and I got in it. And when I did my storage building, which is this one right here, this white storage building, it was actually over here, close to those trees is where it was. And then when I got in the truck, it broke loose, and it had voltage going to electricity, and sparks were flying. And my truck lost traction. The water was coming up so fast. I thought, well, what's wrong with my truck? What's wrong with my truck? It's four-wheel drive. And the water had come up so fast, the truck was coming up. It was practically floating.
And were you in the truck?
I was in the truck. And I headed down the driveway, and I got around the corner there, and there's a culvert there. There's a ditch line, and I was going to, I thought, well, is the culvert still there? Because if it wasn't, the truck was going to nosedive into the ditch. So I thought, well, I'm going to get out and see, and I couldn't get the door open. And I'm thinking, well, what's wrong with my door? My door's not opening. And then I finally got it to crack a little bit, and when I did, water just rushed in. And what I was doing, I was trying to push against the water. It came up so fast, and then I got out and I walked up till I got to some dry land, and went over to the neighbors, and we sat and watched the water just keep coming up and moving past here. All my fences were underwater. My tractor was submerged. I had horses. Two of them I lost in the water. They found one down the way here underneath the barn. Evidently it must have drowned and gotten the other one. I didn't know what happened to it. And my neighbor across the way, I gave the one that I did save to my neighbor because I had no way to feed it. No, my hay was all ruined. I had no fence. It was just unreal.
So everything was gone. Now it's been what, 8 months, close to it.
Yeah.
And you've had, I guess somebody's come in and gutted dried it out. Yeah. Can you show us the inside of the house?
Sure. Because everything was covered with mud. It doesn't look like it now, but there was 6 inches to a foot of mud. Oh, we just had to shovel all this out. And all these floor joists, the mud was up to the bottom of them.
And they've shoveled.
Yeah, some Mennonites and some Amish volunteers came, and helped. And it was wonderful that they came. I couldn't believe how hard they work. Hats off to them. The women too. They just blew my mind how hard they worked. I couldn't thank them enough.
But this is kind of where you're at now. So it is dried.
Yes.
That's a great thing. At least saved the studs in the walls. But we're going to need kitchen, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, floors, the whole 9 yards. So and let's see the back porch. You said this is kind of where you stayed, right?
It was a lot shadier, of course, with the trees. I really miss this because this is where I would come in the evenings, and all this across here was forest, and now it's just barren, which is hard to believe. But I really miss my life here. I'm anxious to get back.
And you
back
said you've
home.
been here 15 years?
At least 15 years.
Yeah, so, and when was the house built?
Around 1900.
So it's a piece of history too,
Yeah.
on top of everything else.
My father-in-law bought this property, and this was kind of his place. He fixed it up so he could come and bring his wife, who had Alzheimer's, and his daughter was blind, and so this was their kind of a place to come and enjoy being outdoors and whatever. Of course, they've been long gone. They've been gone at least 15, 20 years. So.
Okay, now where are you living now?
Well, when this first, when I had to move, my daughter lives in Johnson City, and she had room for me.
Okay.
So that's where I stayed there for about 4 months through the holidays and first of the year. And I had another house that I've had for a long time. In fact, I lived in it years ago, and we had started to fix it up to rent, but we just never got it finished. But that's where I'm living now.
Okay.
And I've had to spend a lot of my savings and stuff just getting it livable
Sure.
for me. But
You want to move back here?
I do. That's not my home. It's in town. Here, this is the country. I miss the country.
And then what was your career? I mean, what'd you do?
Well, actually, I'm a retired school teacher.
Okay.
I taught auto mechanics at a vocational school.
Vocational?
High school, yeah.
What high school?
Science Hill,
Oh, did you?
yeah.
Okay.
I taught there for 23 years, and I had a couple years in the military, so that gave me 25. So when I turned 62, I could retire, so I took advantage of it.
Ready to go.
Ready to go.
All right, well, we'll try to see what we can do.